YouTube and welcome back to another Road to 99 episode in NHL 26. Today we will have a little bit different episode because instead of showing what I did as I always do, opening a lot of the packs and also playing the champs game, today I mostly want to talk about one thing. And let's start with Season 1. First of all, 75 days is too long. I'm playing the game every single day to complete my chores, to build one of the best teams you can possibly build in NHL 26, and outside of completing the objectives there are just no rewards. So as much as I would like this year's game compared to, let's say, the prior years, even for myself, and I would say like I'm a hardcore player, it's exhausting. But nonetheless, last week I think we managed to assemble a really good squad, and I was thinking, you know what, this week should be the week where I go and get at least 10 wins in hot champs. And I have to say, then yes, I was wrong once again, because unfortunately the good players will not win you games if you have no skills. Because, for example, in this game I was struggling to do anything. My opponent was just much better, so that's one of the games I lost, which I believe I could win, but for whatever reason I was just matching against the better opponents. I also played another game which I lost and I was quite embarrassed. After that I had few wins, but nonetheless we did end the week with 9 wins once again. So yes, I did earn 10 collectibles, so that means we will have at least one pack to open today. But even with me being exhausted playing this game every single day, we do have these cool next gen cards, and of course I will walk away with making at least 2. And it's not a secret that even Demidov and also Matthew Schaefer is probably the cards I suggest everyone makes, because if you're playing all year long, 100% both of these players will get to the 96 and one of them also will get to the 99. I know a lot of people probably in the comment sections down below will say it's not worth it because you still have to pay for 10 upgrades and it will be very expensive, and by the time we will even see these 99 overall cards, we probably already will have much better cards out there. But every single year I fail to make next gen cards and every single year I regret it. So this week I decided that I will not make the same mistake, because firstly EA released these sick lineup combinations, and as much as I would complain about the game, I actually think that lineup combinations are really fun feature. The only thing I don't like about the lineup combinations this year is that yearly chase cards are replaced by weekly chase cards. So yes, everyone's team is changing every single week, and if they will not improve the rewards in Season 2, it will be very difficult to keep up with everyone as far as you're not working the auction house, which I am doing. But is it fun? Not really. But with that being said, EA released one sick pack in the store where you could get yourself an 88 overall next gen player, and obviously everyone in the community who complains about the game went and bought the pack for 300k coins just to get this London DuPont. And even without any boost, this card is already very usable. And to be honest, I think if you have this card tradable, yes, even after the lineup combinations reset in Season 2, I still think you will be able to use this card, because 91 speed and 90 acceleration with decent shooting, decent hands, and 89 defensive awareness probably will be usable for the first few weeks. Also, he's Canadian, so I cannot see how he will not fit some of the lineup combinations even in Season 2 or maybe even Season 3. So thanks God I didn't went and wasted my coins, and I actually waited a little bit, because I went and bought this card for 160k coins, and then I needed to make a decision which MSP I'm making first. And if I would go for the highest overall boost, I probably would go and make this Alexander Nikishin, who you can get up by plus 10, so yes, all his stats would be insane, but without any boosts, 85 speed and 86 acceleration. Even if he receives some cool overall boosts in Season 2, at least at the start, we probably will not see more than plus 3 in the overall. This card would not be very usable. As far as he's not your favorite player, I just thought then, you know what, making player just for 2 weeks, it's not worth my resource. So instead of that, I decided that my first next gen MSP will be Matthew Schaefer, because yes, 87 speed and acceleration, but I have a feeling we will see quite a few New York Islanders defensive boosts probably. Also, he's a Canadian, so can be used. I like that he have wheels, I also stick him up, so for me, as an actual card, without any boosts, I think he could play in my team even without any boosts, while Alexander Nikishin probably wouldn't. So as we need 80 or 81 overall cards, it was time to get rid of all my 78s and 79s I have left and go into the exchange set and trade them all in for 80s and 81s, because obviously I need enough players to make the 82s to have to exchange for 84s, just so I can make this Matthew Schaefer. And yes, I will pair him up with DuPont, and that would give me plus 8 overall boost, and straight away this card looks really fun. And while I was grinding for my objectives, just so I can get that free 84 overall card for my next MSP I want to make this week, for whatever reason he was scoring a lot of goals, offline and online, so I definitely don't regret making him. After that, obviously I needed to complete my next gen event objectives, so I went and played some cup chase, completed them all, just so I can get more fodder, and a free 84. On top of that, I also received some collectibles, which if you add up with the collectibles you get every single day from the store, and in my opinion, it is actually one of the best things EA released recently, or implemented in the game the last few years, because you can just get some sort of fodder by logging into the game, opening the pack in the store, get 5 collectibles. Worst case scenario, you can go and exchange it for a player if you don't want to make an MSP, or you can just be happy about the 76 overall player because wow, this player will definitely make my team. But with that being said, obviously I had enough collectibles to make 2 more 84 overall cards. Then I went and bought 2 84s in the auction house just so I can go and make this Ivan Demidov. And the reason why I'm making him is because he is Russian and obviously potentially can also win a Calder. And at the moment we don't really have any cool lineup combinations for Russian players. And that was mostly one of the reasons why I did it. And I for sure was not expecting to see a full Montreal Canadian line for +5 overall. But it did came handy because as I completed my Team of the Week objectives from last week, I had this choice pack where finally I made the right choice because I decided to go with Kirby Dach from Montreal Canadiens and I already had this Josh Anderson. So now even Demidov with Kirby Dach and also Josh Anderson will give me +7 in the overall boost, +12 million and also +9 AP. What I decided is that probably I will not make a single MSP in week 2 and I will just save all my collectibles and exchange them for B&D cards because not only then some of the 86 are usable now and probably will be usable in season 2, I just want to have as many cards in my collection as I can because you never know what sort of lineup combination EA will release this year. Who knows, maybe I will be lucky, maybe I will get one of the cool cards, maybe I will be able to pair him up with someone and without spending any coins, I already have a player on my bench I can just bring out any week and get that sick lineup combination activated. I also want to briefly touch on the new Team of the Week format because obviously once I complete my objective and get that 84 overall choice pack, I will choose Darcy Kemper because I'm already using his base card and he's one of the best goalkeepers I used all year long. So having an 84 overall goalkeeper who could potentially also get the boost if they decide to leave the Team of the Week lineup combinations for season 2 would be massive. So my plan for the next 7 days, I will grind every single objective, I will get every single fodder card I can get, every single collectible, but I will not make anything because firstly, I don't think it's worth to spend anything for the last 7 days or 8 days as I'm recording this. I want to have as many players, as many coins as I go into the season 2. And that's also one of the reasons why I'm investing in players because some of my investments massively paid off. I'm currently almost at 2 million coins just because I was able to sell cards I bought for cheap and one of them was Nick Suzuki because everyone knows how expensive he was in the last few days and I had 4 of them. I also managed to buy some of the cards before people realized some of the lineup combinations and then resell them and make 50k coins on top of it. But nonetheless, I'm still waiting for that Minnesota Wild or Russian line chemistry. So at some point this Kirill Kaprizov will bring me coins again. I also bought this Joel Eriksson. I still have Ryan O'Reilly. I bought this Chris Progner. I'm also thinking about getting as many Nashville Predator players as I can because they also don't have any lineup combinations. I still have this Jordan Kyrou who is so cheap for whatever reason. I also decided to buy one Connor McDavid just in case the sets go away in season 2. I know there is no timer, but with EA you never know. If that's the case and you cannot make Connor McDavid anymore, his base card would skyrocket in the price. And yes, I know he does have the Milestones 87 overall card, but let's be very honest, how many people can actually afford it? Because I personally would not spend 900k on Connor McDavid when probably in a few weeks time we will see another Connor McDavid. His 86 overall captain's card is no worse than his milestone card and also would cost you probably 5 times less than that milestone version. So you know what? Considering we can use the captains in season 2, I will just go with this Connor McDavid until they release the next one we can actually build. What I'm currently doing in the game, grinding the chores and then spending my time in the auction house looking for some cards people may not think that they are worth anything, at least not now, and then I will just sell them for double because that's the only way how I can make coins. And the reason why I'm making coins, because I know a lot of people also asked me that question in the past, is that at some point I know I will start playing less and less. What I want to do is to have as many coins as I can when that will happen. So if let's say I want to take a break from the game for a week, 2 months, maybe even 2 months and go and play something else, when I come back I can still afford some cards, I can build a competitive team, or maybe I just like to buy players for a few games just to try them out. Like for example, this lineup combination I used for at least 10 games was one of my favorite I used all year long. And yes, I also made my Gardner because I will need these heroes cards in season 2 to trade in because I have a feeling that everything will work as a team builders if you want to make the new one, you have to trade in the old one and stuff like that. But if you're still thinking about who to buy, what to invest in, a lot of cards are currently very cheap in the auction house. And once again, I would just say the same thing. Look at any teams who don't have any lineup combinations and just go and see if you can buy any of the players at 84 overall. And if we, let's say, look at Columbus Blue Jackets, who don't have any lineup combinations, this card, for example, does not look really good. Only 83 speed, 83 acceleration, yes, 91 faceoffs, also a quick draw, which is a really good ability. But if you look at this card now, it does not really look very cool. If he receives, let's say, a lineup combination where you can boost his overall up by +5, and let's just assume that he's only one of the cards who actually fit in that lineup combination, you could turn this 23,500 coins into, let's say, 50 or maybe even 60k coins. And those are the players I'm looking for. 84 overall for 23k, because you know what? Why not? Let's go and buy him. And again, worst case scenario, I will just be able to sell him for the same price, so I'm not losing any coins. If I'm right, I will make double of what I just paid. Same thing about Detroit Red Wings. I do have a feeling that we will see some lineup combinations for Sweden again, and also Lucas Raymond. Because he don't have any special cards, his 84 overall card currently goes for around 28k. 25 actually. So let's go and buy one of these as well, just so we have it in the collection, just in case they release the sick lineup combination, I am prepared. Because as an example, I bought this Juraj for 38k. I sold him for 78 today. I'm just basically making double amount of coins I spend, and that's a W. I'm still selling jerseys. Also, after I try the players and I really think that they are good, I don't want any tradable cards, so I'm just reselling them. And I don't lose any coins because I bought this card for 140k and then I sold him for almost 170k. Of course, goalkeepers are still one of the best ways of making the coins if you can snipe someone for cheap. I think I paid around 2,000 coins for this one and then I sold him for 11. Same thing about this New York Islanders goalkeeper. Few weeks back I paid around 2,500 and then I sold him for 13,500. And yes, seriously, I love to sell jerseys because if you can get something for cheap and then sell it for 14,000 coins, then that's just a W. But like I said, I'm playing the game all week. Yes, I didn't complete my game breaker objectives yet, so I can get that one player for free as well, which hopefully we can get someone good as well this week. But the only packs you really are earning is the weekly headliners, daily objective packs, and then whatever you get from the Hot Champs collectibles. Majority of us in the player base probably end the week with around 10 to 11 wins in average, I would say. So that means you're walking away with, let's say, 10 collectibles each week. That's just one pack for playing the game all week. And all you can do is just exchange it for one prestige pack. Again, you can pull someone sick, you can make some coins, you can probably be lucky, but I can also say that a lot of people probably walk away with just that 183 overall player, if that's what you are getting. I don't even remember what you are getting in this pack. I'll just go and open these weekly headliner packs, show you then, yes, you can earn enough fodder because 76s, 77s can be exchanged for higher overalls, which then after you go and exchange into another exchange set for more cards, let's say like 79s or 81s. But I also know that a lot of people who are playing this game are not expecting this kind of rewards. Like, yes, 79 is cool, but you really cannot use the 79s anymore. It's a goalkeeper, so maybe at some point he will be usable. 78s, if they don't release a set where you can use these cards outside of Team of the Week, because yes, they made changes yesterday, and I'm actually disappointed because yes, you can exchange your 79s and 80 overalls for 182. Team of the Week cards are now super expensive because after you have to trade in the 82s and 83s plus 181 for 184. This on paper looks very pricey. But at least now if you pull the 82 overall Team of the Week cards, you can at least use them somewhere. Previously, I was only keeping 82 so I can complete the objectives because they were not really worth anything in the auction house. And again, every card, at least Team of the Week, I think, makes sense to keep because just in case they release the new lineup combination where you need a Team of the Week player or something like that, you never know how that 182 or 83 overall player can actually help you. But yes, not a fan of what they did with Team of the Week sets now, because as much as I would not like this 87 overall Miro Heiskanen on my team, trading in 584s seems like quite a lot in my opinion. When you can just get his captain's card once again, and if you get some overall boost, and now you can, even with 92 speed, he was one of the best cards in the game. And if you look at his Team of the Week, he's actually not as fast. Yes, other skating stats are much better, but it's still only 91 speed. Also elite edges and rocket. So for me personally, I would go with this one because with wheels and send it, I would much prefer a faster card with better X factors. But now let's go and open the remaining of weekly headliner packs and let's see, maybe we pull something good. We get 76, 76, and 77. Of course, we're not really pulling anything. I just want to show you how I'm getting all these lower overall cards so I can after do the exchange sets and make the MSPs. Also, not gonna lie, the coin balance also helps. And for people who are not able to grind the auction house or invest in the players and then actually guess the right players they bought so they can flip them into the more coins if it makes sense, probably would struggle this year in my opinion if they don't improve the rewards. But yes, let's quickly open all these packs, then we'll go and play our first champs game. Hopefully we win this week because last week it was quite bad and I just need to figure out. I really struggle with the gameplay this year because I have no issues scoring goals. What I cannot do is defend. These are the cards you're getting by playing the game every single week. I did saw some really crazy pulls on Reddit from the weekly headliner packs and seriously, that probably was one of the best pulls I've seen out of these packs. I didn't even pull one color change so far. I'm getting 76, 76, and 76. So if you are pulling something decent out of these packs, consider that's like a W for probably the rest of the year. Maybe today is the day. Maybe we also pull something good. 76, 78, and 76. I'm just wondering why I didn't pull any 78s last week or week before when I actually needed them. Okay, we only have 2 more left and then let's go and open that Gems pack. Bang! 76, 78, and 77. Come on, give me at least one color change. Give me at least 180 overall card. Come on, EA. But that's fine, you know what? I'm not sad. Not like I'm expecting anything big here. 76, 76. Hey, another 76. Wow, 77. But now it's time to get that guaranteed 83 overall player. We did get 9 wins. Look at me. Walking away with big pools like 78, 80. Okay, at least 80 can be used. 77, 76, 82. Okay, at least it's an 82. Okay, I will actually take this 83 overall. I cannot pronounce his name and surname, Michael something, but at least it's an event player. Anything else? Another 80 and a 76. You know what? He will at least help me with objectives. And also he has really decent stats, 89 speed and 89 acceleration, so definitely cannot complain. Also, if I look at my team, I really need to get rid of this game breaker line because they are there to help me with game breaker objectives, and obviously they also give me the salary boost and AP, but I do think that it's time to think about bringing in my fantasy players. 87 overall, Taylor Hall, more than usable. I really need Dylan Cousins to score at least 1 or 2 more goals so his face-off stats are a little bit up. But my boy Alexis Lafreniere is finally scoring, so tomorrow he will be an 83 overall, so technically I could put them all in and get that 15 million salary boost anyway, so I may potentially do that for the weekend. So my quick review about Season 1. I do think that we had one of the best contents we ever seen in Hockey Ultimate Team, in my opinion. I really enjoyed the lineup combinations, I really enjoyed that they made not usable cards actually usable. I also think that some of the lower overall cards will be very much usable later in the year for anyone who, let's say, is picking up the game on Christmas or stuff like that. What I don't like is that there is really no reward. There is no point of playing ranked. I do play my 20 champs games, but I probably will also get bored in few months because if let's say I walk away with 10 wins in average every single weekend, that's just one pack. The sets for XP collectibles also need to be much better because I think in Season 1 they were super expensive, and as much as I would hate the idea about them just releasing another bunch of objectives for playing the game, winning the game, I don't think they can release anything else. So if that's the case, give me the offline and online objectives like we had last year, where if I'm grinding my objectives in Cup Chase, I'm earning packs in the background. If I'm playing ranked, I'm also earning some sort of rewards every single time I win the game. Because if it will not change, I actually believe then a lot of people will just stop playing the game. And I do think that NHL 26 have a huge potential, because one thing we definitely have to agree on is that EA did figure it out. They did figure out how to get that player base engaged every single Friday. Everyone is excited about the new lineup combinations, but at the same time the game also should give you rewards. Playing the game every day and not earning anything will not gonna work. Okay, Sparta. I think I played this guy multiple times. He also had one of the sickest lineups ever, so we probably will start this week with a L. Maybe we're not. Oh my god, what the hell are you doing, Dinah? Like, why my players are always so slow? Oh my god, like what the hell was that? I just conceded the goal in the most stupidest way, but at least he's using the Team of the Week card, so I guess it's fun. Also, I cannot hit anymore. That's a goal. Oh my god, thank you, Kemper. Yep, I told you I will be destroyed. Oh, okay. Somehow we managed to get 1 goal back. Not quite sure how, but I will take it. Watch him scoring a short-handed goal. Told you. I'm just not good. Okay. At least we scored a goal. I don't know how that happened, but my new player did manage to do something. And yes, that's another week where I'm starting with an L. My team is probably not good enough, or I just don't have any skills. But I still will play my remaining games, see how many wins I can end this week's Hot Champs run, and hopefully we end up with at least 9 wins because I need at least that 1 puck as we go into the season 2. Let me know down in the comment sections below, are you preparing in any ways for season 2? Also, who do you think will be the new icons? I do think they will be at 88, and I have a feeling we may see cards like Mike Modano, and also potentially another Red Wings player, because they have to release cards who don't have any lineup combinations, so you know what? Another Red Wings player would probably make sense. But if you did enjoy today's Road to 99 video, please make sure you like and subscribe, and as always, have a good one and see you on the ice.